Hello and welcome back to another video, and today is Halloween, and I want to talk about songs that artists wrote and sometimes released talking about their death right before they died. And there's two artists that I really want to talk about today. One is John Lennon, who coincidentally actually put out two songs pretty much within 6 months of his death that more or less talked about him dying. And then the other one is by Avenged Sevenfold, or really more specifically their drummer, The Rev, who wrote a song pretty much about him not being there anymore, and then within 2 weeks he died as well. So the first artist we're going to cover is John Lennon, and the two songs that he put out were Borrowed Time, and really the second song he didn't put out himself. It got released later on as far as box sets go, called Help Me to Help Myself. Now for Borrowed Time, the title is pretty self-explanatory, but here's a little clip of that song, and yes, this is me doing it for copyright reasons. Living on borrowed time, without a thought for tomorrow. Living on borrowed time, without a thought for tomorrow. Alright, yeah, living on borrowed time without a thought for tomorrow. So this got put out technically on an album after he died, but he recorded it during his last sessions when he did Double Fantasy and what eventually became Milk and Honey. So this song is kind of like just forewarning that he's living on borrowed time and that, you know, there might not be much time left, so he doesn't have a thought for tomorrow, just living each day to its fullest. So Help Me to Help Myself is pretty much a plea of help, saying, you know, the Lord helps those who help themselves, so help me to help myself. And even the first line is pretty much saying that, you know, he tried his hardest, but, you know, the angel of destruction has been hounding him his whole life. And, well, here's me playing that so we don't get copyright striked. And who would have guessed that a real piano was too loud for a camera? Well, I've tried so hard to stay alive. But the angel of destruction keeps on with me all night. Alright, now that you've seen that one, those are the two that are from John Lennon that he wrote more towards the end of his life and either released or was going to release and didn't get the chance to. Now the other artist, which is the drummer and one of the main songwriters for Avenged Sevenfold, his name was James Sullivan, but he went by The Rev, or some people just called him Jimmy. He wrote a song called Fiction. One thing I forgot is while it was called Fiction on the album, the original title of this song was actually called Death. This song kind of is like him coming to terms with realizing how people can like move on with their lives and saying, I hope you find your own way when I'm not with you. Now, I can't really sing the song as well, so here's just a clip of the piano portion so you know what the song sounded like. So pretty much the ending of the song is the part that really drives the point home. When it says, I hope it's worth it with what's left behind me. I hope you find your own way when I'm not with you tonight. So it's a really sad song, and he did die within weeks of him recording just the demo of the song. The final song was actually produced by the rest of the band, and they threw it on the Nightmare album. So there's definitely more than just these two artists that wrote music about their deaths and then died not long after it. But these are the two that always come to mind. And while they can be sad songs, honestly, I quite like all three of these songs. I think all three of them are some of the greatest songs that were ever written. So let me know what you think about these songs, and let me know of any other songs that you know that fit this topic. And I'll see you in the next one.